I'm Eddie Field with Field Guided DIY. Are you a woodworker who's interested in learning how to do mortise and tenon? Well, I've got just the tool that's going to step up your game. Recently, I built a maple bed with a half-lap dovetail joint. Now, I did a dovetail on the end of the footboard, but I did a standard mortise and tenon for the center rail. This mortising drill press attachment allowed me to do it more precise and in half the time. Let's take a look at it. You can see how this works. As the drill bit turns, these corners take out the corners of the cut. This is a 1/2-inch mortising drill bit. Now I won't need these center spacers, so I'll remove those first. Now we're not going to put it around this collar, but we're going to put it around this quill. For that, I can change a stop here and tighten it and hold it in place so I can access the quill. Then I'm going to find the spacers that build it out to that point. You find the spacers that fit on your quill, put it in place. You're going to line up that space opening with the space opening on the clamp. I'm going to back that off a little bit and slide that up in position. And then hold it in place. I like to keep this as flush as possible. This way I see if the mortising attachment is shifting, I can see that by the fact that it's not lined up anymore. You can see how I lined that gap up with that gap. Now you can see how this is going to operate. Next we insert our mortising bit, and you remember I said this is very sharp. I wasn't kidding. You may want to have a block of wood down at the bottom to hold it in place while you seat it. I like to keep that ridge or that trough out in front so I can see when dust is binding up in there. So we're going to tighten down on the mortising bit, and now we're going to tighten on our drill bit. Just like so. Now we're ready to make our cuts. Then you attach your fence to your table. This goes in the groove, and they thread in like so. Then you put these hold downs in position. We'll keep that loose. And finally, the hold down from the back. Tighten that down. And we can adjust this up and down as needed. That can also be a gauge for how deep you need to go. But you can see in my dovetails that I needed to change the angle of the stock, so I couldn't have the fence on there at all. Now I will tell you, this is a tedious process, so don't think you're just going to press right on through. You need to nibble away and consistently clear out the wood shavings. But in the long run, this is going to be a time saver, and it's going to be a lot cleaner than it would be with a wood chisel. So if you're interested in doing a number of mortise and tenon joints, check out the mortising jig for your drill press. I think you'll be glad you did.